As you can see, my channel, it's something special. uh, Almost no one see my videos, and likes, it seems no one liked my videos. Oh, well, really, this is something. Um, if you think um, it's about my concern, oh boy, that is the beginning of the problem. You are in deception, and I don't know, you fall into this video. I don't know why. Uh, uh, but as I mentioned before in other videos, there's something that people should know. That is what is called the four agreements Toltecs, something like that. Well, I call it not agreement because it's not exactly some agreement. It's more principles. And of course, this, as usually, uh, has some kind of way, like moral, like, and again, they had a mistake. Because if the principle, the main principle is do not take um, things as personal. Well, if you get this in a way like moral, it's personal. And you see, people have a big problem because, in general, people cultivate something like the self. So, the way to selfish, something like that. So people are led to think only of themselves or something like that. And people are corrupt since they born because um, human being enemy made up made uh, create a scenario, really something, um, and it's always a trick, a fraud. That is what is this system is about. It's a fraud. There is no legitimacy. But I see no one talking about this because they don't know what is legitimacy. I already talked about this. Another video, I have a video about this. Well, but the thing is, they're much, much more than the self. Social interest has to do with everyone. And if people think in a way like free will, power, you see, the corrosion, power, and things like that. Well, again, I'm mistaken because they are much more than that. And first, what is at stake is not power, it's not freedom, but the duty. That has to do, always has to do, the awareness, consciousness. That's why the law applies to everyone. And more than that. Again, more than that. Because even the others, like children that has no power, has no how to defend themselves, they suffer the consequences. They suffer in every way. And when parents, and not only parents, think they are protecting children, it's the opposite. Usually, they are putting children under the enemy power, like pedophiles and so on. Do you know who is pedophile? And do you talk about this? Usually? Well, I saw basically no one talking about this. Everybody knows. Everybody should care. No one seems to care. Corruption, pedophile, and so on. There's nothing. Doesn't exist. You see, that leads people to complicity. Well, let's see. I put once a PayPal link so people could help me out about, well, about this. I'm making this, not for me, but for the others. I don't care if people don't like, but people need. And I don't do that anymore. So if I have nothing, I won't pay anything. But if you want help, that is, again, help to help, not for me. Help to help. I don't know until when. You can put a message, or if you prefer, maintain your anonymously, you can send an email, and maybe then we can take things, I don't know, somehow. Well, let's see. I need to remind you, be careful of where you put your energy. I mean, in every way. Not only your money, not always about money. Your, for instance, your attention. So if you put your attention on TV, what they say on TV and so on, well, you're done. So, energy, once again, I'm not Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z, I'm not nothing like that shit. You've seen films, Matrix, and so on. Forget it. That is all BS, always. They want you to think. For instance, it's simple. You see colors, red and blue, you see the good and evil, left and right. You prefer to be police or fireman? Do you prefer liberalism or communism? Please. You see, like Kennedy, others uh, went killed by the same shit. Like here in Portugal, they are assassinating this country. They kill the last king, they kill Salazar, then they kill oh boy, then in Chrissy, they kill, never mind. The people like everywhere, and they create everything. They create wars, like in Portugal with their brothers in Africa. Please, they create that with excuses, and they create our revolution, claims, red claims. People doesn't understand what that means. You see, it's like a big theater, and again, the system is well representative. Yeah, theater. You see, always same. And you are thinking, uh, you need to believe in something. You need a dad. You need or you need to grow up, gain consciousness. So the law can be really legitimated. So you see, um, there are flies today. Oh, the sunshine. And so you see, of course, there are some more uh, those called politicians like Kennedy and so on, more like uh, romantic, more more on, on the people's side or something like that. You see, there's no chance. And there are others more like kindness or something like that that is allowing basically everything. They don't take a party of anything. There is someone here several years ago in that situation. Then a few years ago, I saw him and his wife on the street, and I I did just this, and they respond. Now, I didn't curve me for them, before them. No, that was a just of simple respect as I have with basically everybody. Because who doesn't know that person? You see? But on the contrary, I know he curved him by me. You see? The thing is, always, it's an inside job, always. And the curve is about the energy. As I said, once again, is this way. Like in the other video, I talk about the ancient jest that was with that big head with big feathers. They did 3 times in this way. Always. That is the way that energy flows. Well, anyways. And that is why there is this curve, this jest that is symbolic, but in the reality inside, yeah, this is this. Now, before other that we call politics, I didn't curve. I don't never compliment no one. Never. Never. That is shit. Simply shit. I care that. Oh boy. Well, and the last time I saw someone of this shit, two guys, I saw them in a coffee shop. I was with my mom, and they saw me, and they noticed I didn't care what I saw. They they thought a lot. I'm sure a lot. Who was that guy that he didn't give a damn about us? Everybody knows, and he recognize us, but didn't care a shit. That is not about politics, not right, left, no. They knew what they saw. They saw that, to me, they are only shit. That's it. No color, no nothing. See? So what is politics? Has to do the duty, not power. The duty that is social, that has to do with everybody. I mean, adults. The responsible people, responsible by the law. But in the truth, what we see is something really different, sadly. But this needs to be worked out. So you see, this is hard, and people doesn't like. People don't care. People prefer sweet things, easy things, and so my views. Well, what can I say? Things are what things are. Now. Mm-hmm.